Hi, this is Keith with How to Build Your Own Home, and I want to give you some knowledge, I guess. When I was a kid, I used to see brick buildings, and you'd see arches or a brick that would span over a window, over a garage, over a door, and you say to yourself, my gosh, how does that brick stay up there? How does it hold? And I never understood that until years later when I became a general contractor, and it's called a bond beam. It's not just brick, it's rebar and concrete inside. And sometimes we don't know that. I wanted to let you look at it. We're standing right over a doorway, and there's a window there, and there's a window over there, and there's another window behind over that way. Well, what's going to keep that block from kind of cracking and crumbling down over that doorway? Well, it's called a bond beam. So basically, there's a lot of rebar and concrete. So if you look closely in here, I've got some rebar inside here going horizontally. I've also got some number 5 rebar going all the way down, and that's filled up with concrete. I'm not sure if you can see it, about 2 feet down. There's a cell, and that cell goes all the way straight down, and that rebar is helping support that as well. But it's basically your horizontal supports. That's all going to get filled up with concrete on Monday. Got an inspector coming out to double check on this, check all of our rebar, make sure that's all in place. And that rebar and that concrete is actually creating the support for that open cavity down below. That's why masonry is pretty solid construction. You can see that open cavity. This bond beam is basically, I'm going to have trusses and roof trusses sit right on top of that, and that's going to hold that support for that. I just wanted to help you see something that I didn't see until years later. Maybe you guys are seeing it sooner than I can, or sooner than I did. But that's basically how masonry is really, how it really works. It's that bond beam. I've seen some real complicated builds, really complicated builds. There's a student of mine who's doing a home. This is an omniblock home, and he did an omniblock home with some incredible open cavities, big open access, windows and sliding doors. And the bond beam was pretty insane. It was like 3 feet high with massive rebar and a ton of concrete in there. So that's what it looks like. That's how it supports the open cavity. That, I hope, helps you out see what you can do with masonry. It's a lot of interesting things. This is Keith Kalstros with an insight on omniblock again. And we're getting our trusses loaded today, which I'm kind of excited. We're going to get this filled up with concrete. And then we're going to have some J-bolts come out, just like on a bottom plate. Remember, just imagine this is your concrete base of a home. We're going to have J-bolts come up, and they're going to be threaded, and then we're going to put a seal plate on top of that, and then the trusses are going to land right on top of that. We'll lock it all down. We'll hurricane strap those trusses to the top plate, and we're good to go. This is Keith Kalstros with How to Build Your Own Home.